I think there is only one quality worse than hardness of heart, then that is softness of head. Go to heaven for the climate and hell for the company. If you always want the validation of others, you won't grow beyond people's expectations. You don't destroy what you want to acquire in the future. Leaders are limited by their vision rather than by their abilities. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Beware of the small things. A small leak can sink a great ship. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. A good completion takes a long time. A bad completion cannot be changed later. Management of many is the same as management of few. It is a matter of organization. The most important decision you make is to be in a good mood. It is the privilege of the gods to want nothing, and of godlike men to want little. If you want to lead them, you must place yourself behind them. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. To a mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Keep your best wishes close to your heart and watch what happens. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. Hard work is only a prison sentence when you lack motivation. If you don't build your own dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, doing as you say you would do. Abundance is not the absence of scarcity. It is the presence of abundant mentality. I don't want to end up simply having visited this world. During a conversation, listening is as powerful as loving. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. I never fail. It's just that the people around me succeed more than I. Freedom is the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. There are routes not to be followed, armies not to be attacked, citadels not to be besieged, territory not to be fought over. The job of feats is walking, but the hobby is dancing. Procrastination makes easy things hard and hard things harder. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon or star. It was easier to ask for forgiveness than it was to get permission. We humans are more concerned with having than with being. The perfect man uses his mind as a mirror. It grasps nothing. It regrets nothing. It receives, but does not keep. Tomorrow hopes we have learned something from yesterday. Our lives can't be measured by our final years. Of this I am sure. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Light in your mind is better than darkness in your soul. In war, numbers alone confer no advantage. Do not advance relying on sheer military power. Study the past if you want to define the future. Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. So shut up, live, travel, adventure, bless, and don't be sorry. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. Stop leaving and you will arrive. Stop searching and you will see. Stop running away and you will be found. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. The only way out of the labyrinth of suffering is to forgive. I don't want life to imitate art. I want life to be art. In order to form an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must, above all, be a sheep. Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. Create your own miracles. Do what you think you cannot do. Don't tie your success to anything other than what's inside you. You fall because you are human and rise because you are divine. As long as you can use your hands, the world is your oyster. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. It does not matter how long you live, but how well you do it. Never worry a bit in life. Always be full of merriment. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. I finally figured out the only reason to be alive is to enjoy it. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. Life happens, shit happens, and it happens a lot, to a lot of people. If I had it all to do again, there would be more bodies. Success, for most people, requires unlearning as much as learning. You have to notice the truth in order to be able to avoid it. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. The most important person you meet in life is your highest self. Sometimes, the best of God's gifts arrive by the shattering of all the window panes. If the enemy has occupied them before you, do not follow him, but retreat and try to entice him away. There is no doubt fiction makes a better job of the truth. If you are strong, appear weak, but if you are weak, appear strong. Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect least. I quote others only in order the better to express myself. It is hard work and great art to make life not so serious. He who steals a belt buckle pays with his life. He who steals a state gets to be a feudal lord. Education is not the learning of facts, it's rather the training of the mind to think. He who knows his enemy and himself well will not be defeated easily. Life is not measured by what you have. It's measured by what you give. If you can feel the future, then you are about to experience it. To realize the truth, you have to cross the boundaries of all religions and prophets. Remember to be kind with your words, especially to yourself. A whetstone, though it cannot cut, may sharpen a knife that will. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. If fate doesn't make you laugh, you just don't get the joke. Cleverness isn't always true, nor is the truth always clever. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet in combination they produce more hues than can ever be seen. I ought to go upright and vital and speak the rude truth in all ways. It takes more effort to avoid the truth than it does to face it. If my life is going to mean anything, I have to live it myself. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. Men of this world all rejoice in others being like themselves and object to others not being like themselves. Power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true. I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. Sometimes when hardships knock, it's just life. Do not take it personal. We need to be fit and ready for anything that might come our way. Don't worry about the negative people may say about you. Learn from it and move on. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Every second alive is the greatest gift we will ever know.